Games and strains. Okay. Okay. Yo. What's going on to all my video game peeps out there? It's your favorite Stone Gamer, your boy Big V, here with another episode of my show, Games and Strains, where we just be smoking and talking about video game stuff. That's it. That's all. Yo, before we kick this great show off, I gotta let y'all know who we sponsored by. We sponsored by my brand, Skyzone.Society. Make sure you shopping at Skyzone.Society.bigcartel.com. You know what I mean? Yo, man, what's going on? Happy Indie Wednesday to everybody. Yes. Happy Indie Wednesday. I know y'all like, yo, what you mean Indie Wednesday? What is that? I know. Yo, man, for a while now, I've been wanting to do a segment, not even just a segment. I've been wanting to just do an episode of my show where it's just strictly dedicated to indie games, right? Let me pull this closer. Hold on. Come on, Mike. There we go. I've been wanting to do just something, man. We talk about all kind of games on my podcast, AAA, indie, JRPGs, regular RPGs, everything, right? But I'm real for the people that know me personally. I am really, really big on indie games, right? Indie games, man, for me are and have been some of the best games that I've probably played, especially in my adulthood. Um, I can't even begin to name the countless independent gems that I've found in video games, man. It's a slew of them. I mean, I don't even know where to start, right? But because I have so many on my backlog, I have so many that I'm tackling now. Yeah, I'm one of those guys that is really, really big on independent games. Games like Bright Memory, as of recently that I can just recall offhand. That game was made by one developer. Things like that, man, just fascinate me. What a great game. What a great game. But today, we're not going to talk about Bright Memory. Today, I'm starting a segment, not even a segment, an entire show, like I said, where I just speak on independent games or a particular independent game every Wednesday. And we're going to call it Indie Wednesday. That's what today is. Today is Indie Wednesday. Indie Wednesday. Shout out to all the independent game developers out there. Shout out to all the independent artists out there. Shout out to all the independent business folk out there. You know what I mean? You independent, I love you. Nothing less. You know what I mean? I know what it takes to be independent. Trust me, I'm independent on everything I do. I know it takes every nickel and dime that you have to even maybe not even see a return. You know what I mean? But to even just take the risk and get your product out. You know what I mean? You have to start off being independent. Some of us do. Some of us look up and get a major company backing us ASAP. Some of us have to scratch and claw and remain independent, or put ourselves in a position while we're independent to strike something major, right? Mm, right. So every Wednesday, I'm gonna come up here and we're gonna talk about indie games, man. Indie games need love too. Independent developers need love too. Absolutely, right? So, quick story. I say a couple months back, I reached out to a developer and asked them, would they like to come on my show and talk about their game because their game looked cool. And We ended up having a great conversation, and he ended up. I haven't gotten him on my podcast yet, but he ended up giving me my first code, my first video game code that I could play for review. My first one, ladies and gentlemen. Mm. For those of you that are in the video game business and are in the quote unquote review business or whatever you may like to call it, it's not easy coming across developers that will give you a code. It's not easy getting the tapping in and getting these codes from these video games company. I know some of you see these guys on YouTube. They get the huge gaming console, or they get the huge Avengers pack that come with the statue and everything like that. That takes time to get in good with these companies, getting good with these developers. It's not easy getting to that plateau, right? So I have to celebrate this company, and I have to give a major shout out to them for giving me my first code. You know what I mean? The game I want to talk about today on Independent Wednesday, on the first Independent Wednesday, mind you, is Mad Streets, yo. Mad Streets. Yes, yes, we're gonna talk about Mad Streets. Now, for the last couple of months, I've been playing this game. I didn't come on right away and do a pod about it because I just had other things going on in my life. I was homeschooling my kids, just things of that nature. And I wanted to just build. I wanted to build some kind of platform like I'm doing now for independent game developers, man. Because I don't want this to be the first time that I talk about an indie developer who gave me a code, and I don't want this to be the first time that we celebrate that. We celebrating this for me and Mad Streets. Um, yes, this is definitely a moment that I definitely want to just take my time and just say thank you. Thank you, Dennis, who was the developer of Mad Streets. Thank you, Dennis, for giving me this code, man. I appreciate you so much. Just thank you, man. Like, thank you for being the first. Like I told you in the DM, thank you for just sharing this moment in time with me. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Now, let's talk about this game, man. Let's talk about Mad Streets. First of all, if you own a PlayStation, you cannot play this game. Sorry. Sorry. This game is I think it's on PC and it's definitely on Xbox as well. I've been playing this on the Series X as well as the Series S. It is on it is not optimized. Sorry for the people that only play the optimized games. It is not optimized, but that doesn't mean that the game can't be great because it is not optimized. That does not mean that, man. I play a lot of games that are current gen and there aren't next gen. And they're a great game. So yes, man, you can play this game on Xbox if you own an Xbox. It's in the Xbox store. It is not on Game Pass. You know what I mean? Go support it. Go cop it. You know what I mean? Go show my man Dennis some love. Go cop that. You know what I mean? If you are feeling it after this review, or if you want to just check it out for yourself, you know what I mean? And just want to see if what I'm saying is true, or you might want to look at other trailers and things like that. Whatever you want to do, man, go do it. Go do it. Go look up Mad Streets right now on your Xbox or PC. You know what I mean? Yo, man. First off, let me just tell y'all this. I enjoyed the fuck out of this game. I enjoyed this game, man. Like, this game really took me by surprise. I'm not even gonna lie to y'all. Like, they label it as a physics-based game. Really wasn't sure what that meant, but it's also listed as a brawler. Let me tell y'all, man. This isn't like your average brawler. This isn't like you just going in and fighting and things like that. We're going to get to all of that. You know what I mean? We're going to get to all that. But the game takes place in a town called Gutsford. Um, in this town, the football team has the football team of the town has just really just pissed everybody off in the town. And yeah, you're fighting the football team basically. But I know it just sounds like you just fighting. No, no, you're doing more than just fighting in this game. First of all, if you want to play with a friend, it's couch co-op. I've been playing this game with my kids, man. Yes, you can play this with your kids, play it with your wife, your girlfriend, have your family. It is fun as fuck, man. It's not complicated at all. You can pick it up and play. You know what I mean? You can definitely do that. It's one of those brawlers where you can just pick it up. The controls aren't complicated at all. You can go in the menus and look at the controls and see what they all do. But man, this is fun when it's solo. It's fun when you're playing couch co-op, and it has online play as well. How dope is that, man? Listen, um, when you're playing this game, and like I said, it's not your average brawler. It has brawling in it, but it has these different modes in the game where you can play one punch or you can play rounds. And as you're playing these games, you get to unlock the different stages that are within the game. So you might be fighting in the backyard, then it might unlock the barbecue or things like that. Like it just keep unlocking different stages as you go on. And I can appreciate the fact that this game has multiple settings. A lot of brawlers don't be having multiple different game settings, game stages. They just have the same old repetitive. This one has multiple, and I'm talking about like more than 12. They have multiple game settings that you can choose to fight in. That is so dope to me. It also has different game pace modes where you can fight on the slower mode, you can fight in the medium mode, you can fight faster. I like that about this game too. Like I like the fact also like while you're fighting and unlocking these different stages, you can sense the game range. And what I mean by game range is that like it has just different brawling ranges from say like I'm in the backyard brawling. The next stage might be I might have to fight the fans. You know what I mean? Like you might have to keep the fans from getting into a certain area in the game. So you're just sitting there and knocking fans the fuck out. That is fucking awesome, man. I promise you. That is so fun, man. Like it's like a horde of fans just coming at you, just knocking them out, kicking them, knocking them out. Oh my god, I had tons of fun. My kid is just doing that, man. I had fun playing solo. Like, man, I promise you, and then it might go from you knocking fans out to an all-out food fight. Like you literally picking up food and having to throw it at the opposition and knock them clean out. You throwing steaks, grills, chicken, chairs, all kind of shit, man. Like I was really, really, really like blown away by the depth of this brawler and the game range. Like it wasn't like when you think brawler, you think Streets of Rage and things like that, and Double Dragon and things like that. Like this can be in that realm, but it's so much more, man. Like it was even a time where I was in a fight after I was in a regular brawl. Then I went from a regular brawl to a food fight. Then the next we had a dodgeball fight. You had to we had to get the dodgeballs and throw them at the opposition and knock them out. Like it was rounds of dodgeball. Oh my god, man! Like I promise you, man. Like this game has like as for to be listed as a brawler, like a physics based game, like it has so much game range. Like seriously, like it has so much to enjoy, and you get to unlock different characters, and the character range is great too. Like it has more than 10 characters to choose from. They all have the different things that they want that they do. My favorite character right now is Ivan. I'm fighting with Ivan. I love him. He's a big guy. You know what I mean? Yeah, I'm fighting with Ivan, and they have different characters for everybody to choose from, men, women, and things like that. Different. They all have different outfits, of course. Like, and again, for me, the settings were the stages were just unbelievable for me. because it was just so many of them. And as you fight, you get to unlock all of these stages that they have to offer. Like I'm telling you, like I fucking love that, man. Again, the graphics, they're not optimized, but they're still good. Still great graphics, man. They're not dated at all. Um, I'm pretty sure if you're into brawlers, you can appreciate the graphics. And you know what I'm talking about when they have like those. Um, it has like those. It has like a cartoonish type of look to me. Like kind of, I wouldn't say all out cartoonish, but I can't describe it. To me, that's just the best way I can describe it is cartoon. And I love that. I love that. It's not Borderlands cartoony, but it's its own thing cartoon. Um, again, man, like it's not your average brawler. And oh yeah, I mentioned that it had online mode, but it also has a horde mode for you guys that like to take on like just tons and tons and waves and waves and waves of enemies and oppositions, man. They have a horde mode for you. That's what I'm saying. Like this game has just different types of shit, man. It has it where if you just want to brawl by yourself and just take on the bots, you can choose your own bots you want to take on. You can take on 1 versus 3. You can take on 1 versus 1, 1 versus 2. It has achievements. Like I love this game. Like again, Dennis, just thank you, man, for just gifting me this game. And that's the thing when he was I would see clips of the game on Twitter. And I'm like, man, what the fuck is that? It looks dope. So I decided to just reach out to him and reach out to him directly in his DM on Twitter. And it took a while for him to get back to me, but he got back to me and was just grateful for just and I'm just grateful for him just giving me a code and just taking the time out to just actually just check my DM and actually just take a risk on me, uh, uh, and just giving me a code and just trusting that I would just, actually play the game. I be hearing a lot of these guys don't even be playing the game. Like you get the code and you don't even play the game or you don't even take your time and give the developer any feedback. Like, what's the point of you even doing this thing? Like, don't waste the developer's time, man. Like, don't waste your time either. Like, if you don't like a game, like, or if you do like a game, you reach out to that developer, man. At least show them some love and say, "Yo, man, you won't have to do a full out video, but you can at least give them some constructive criticism. Even if you didn't like it, you can tell them what you didn't like. You know what I mean? And if you do like it, yo, man, show some love. Like, yo, tell everybody about it. Tell people to go copy it because you never know what other people may like. You just never know. But again, like this game was definitely up my alley. Definitely up my alley, man. I came into it with the expectation of it just being a fighting game, but it's so much more than just a fighting game. Like I spent hours on end just playing this game because like I was just blown away by like the food fight, man. Like it's a fucking food fight. And if you get the right people with it in it, it's so much fucking fun, man. Ain't that what gaming about? Having fucking fun? Man, like I promise you, man. Shout out to Mad Streets, man. Shout out to Mad Streets. And another thing that I want to say before I wrap this review up is I like the fact of how the developer communicates with his community. I spoke about this on my last podcast about how big that is about communicating with the community, right? Like Dennis, like he gives updates. First of all, he updates his game regularly, and if you play the game, um, he gives messages in the game, not like direct messages, but you can see like a banner going across, just telling you when to expect the update, what's going to be new, things like that. As a gamer, I can appreciate that. I really can. I can appreciate when a developer gives a fuck about his community and want us to know what's going on. Like we know everything can't be perfect, but we appreciate. Well, let me just say, I appreciate when a developer can communicate effectively and let us know, hey, I know it's not perfect, but I'm working on it. And not just as a developer, as in real life, as a human being, I can appreciate when someone says that, yo, My bad. I'm working on me. I'm gonna try to do better next time. And actually try. I appreciate that. I can. So yeah, this is a guy, man, like, that definitely communicates with his community, keeps the game updated regularly, listens to his community, and definitely takes in the feedback that said community is giving him. Like, again, I've been playing this game for months, man, and I've enjoyed every bit of it. My kids have enjoyed every bit. Like, it's become one of those things where it's almost their go-to on the Series S. Like, it's on the home screen. Like, I'm telling you, like, we all enjoy it, and I hope that someone can see this and maybe go pick it up on the Xbox or PC and support it, man. Support indie games, man. Support it. Indie Wednesday. Support all indie developers, man. Shout out to all independent developers worldwide. Seriously. Go pick up Mad Street. If you like brawlers, go pick it up. You're going to be surprised. It's so much more than a brawl. So much more, man. Horde mode, online play, couch co-op, food fights, dodgeball, all kind of shit. Need I say more, man? Until the next time, man. Y'all stay safe and stay gaming.